Hello guys, welcome back onto the channel. Update 1.11 just came out and it adds 10 new cars, the Monza track, and also 3 new layouts to the Autodrome Lago Maggiore track that was already in the game since launch. So let's check out what the new update has to offer. I'm going to be breaking down certain elements of the update into separate videos, but this is more of a general look into what the update has to offer. So yeah, the game adds 10 new cars, the Dodge Viper and a bunch of others. You can see it on the screen right now. There's a list of all the cars that were added with this update. There is also Autodrome Nazionale Monza. There are 2 layouts actually, and I think there isn't a lot of difference between them because this is a pretty straightforward track. And also I said that there were 3 new layouts to the Autodrome Lago Maggiore, but there are actually 6 new ones. So they broke down this track quite a lot, to be honest. I didn't expect to have this many layouts. They added a couple more events into the GT League campaign mode. There are 4 new events, I think. Oh, there are also new escapes locations that they added. New museum feature that doesn't matter to me. Alright, so for this first video, I want to check out how much each of the cars cost. I remember that in the last update where they added a bunch of cars, the cars ended up being way cheaper than I thought. And I expect this trend to continue with this new update. So let's jump right into the America section of the Brand Central and see how much each of the American cars costs. So the 2006 Ford GT goes for 150,000 credits. It's actually quite cheap. And the Dodge Viper GTS goes for 90,500 credits. So also really cheap. Oh man. Look at how much this XJ13 costs. It costs 20 million credits. It's gonna take a while to save up the money to be able to afford this one. Now, the McLaren F1 goes for 1 million credits. Really reasonable. I would have expected this one to go for 20 million instead of the Jaguar, but I understand the historical value that the Jaguar has when you compare it to the McLaren F1, which is also an important car for the automotive industry, but not as important as the XJ13. Now, one of the Ferraris that they added, the Ferrari 512 BB, goes for 105,000 credits, not a lot, and the 330 P4 goes for 20 million. So in order for you to get the P4 and the XJ13, you need to save up 40 million credits. It's a lot of money. I don't think I've even made this much so far in total. So I think it's gonna take maybe up to a year of playing in order to save this amount of money in a legit way without any glitches. Now, the Lamborghini Diablo GT goes for 300,000. Again, not expensive. It's not cheap either, but it's not as expensive as I thought it was going to be, especially so when you consider how iconic this car is. Let's check out the price of the 2000 GT Toyota. It goes for 160,000 credits, not a whole lot. Well, actually, the Toyota Supra RZ is actually really cheap. It goes for 45,000 credits. It's not a lot. I think it's the cheapest car of the bunch that they added in this new update. But anyways, now that we checked the price of all the cars they added, now let's start buying some of them. I'm not gonna be able to buy all of them because I only have a little bit over 3 million credits, but I think I'm gonna be able to afford to buy at least 90% of all the cars they added. So let's start out by buying the Ford GT. I think I'm gonna get it in white. I'm crazy for white cars, so most of my cars are gonna end up being this color anyways. Also gonna get the Dodge Viper, the GTS version. I think that's the version that I like the most of the Dodge Viper. Of course, excluding the SRT GT3R. That's, I think, my favorite one. But as far as road legal cars go, well, I expect this car to be road legal. I might be wrong here, but that's the one that I think looks the best of all the other ones. Let's get in red. If I feel the need, I'm gonna change it later to a different color, but I kind of like the white stripes as it is, so I don't think I'm gonna change that anytime soon. Alright, so we bought all of the American cars. Let's move to, actually let's jump to the Asia Pacific and buy the Toyotas. I'm not into old cars, as many of you probably know by now, but I like the way that the 2000 GT looks. It's an old car, it's a 1967 car, but it looks great, especially so the back end of the car. So let's get this one. And it's gonna be actually useful for online races. I would assume that Polyphony Digital is gonna start adding daily races using this car anyway, so now it's gonna be funny if they decide to add either the XJ13 or the P4 as one make races, as the thing for one make races in the daily races. I'm kind of curious to see how many people in the community are gonna be able to afford this car in a legit way. I don't think that many. And now that we got the 2000 GT, let's buy the Supra RZ. And I'm gonna get it in white as usual. I don't even know why I buy color chips from the mileage exchange, because I ended up sticking to the white colors anyway. So I don't think it makes a lot of sense, but I kind of like buying some of them anyways. Okay, so let's jump into the Europe section. I think I'm gonna skip over the Jaguar because I can afford it. And the McLaren, I think I'm gonna save for last. So let's buy the Lamborghini Diablo. Only one color option. Now, I said that I was gonna save the McLaren for last. So before we do that, I think I'm gonna buy this Ferrari 512 BB, which is quite cheap. Well, it's a Ferrari, so I think I'm gonna stick with the stock color, the red one. Alright, so let's buy the last one we can afford, the F1 McLaren. Goes for $1 million. Now for this one, I think I'm going to stick with the classic color. Let me change to the studio scene just so I can see it better. But yeah, even though I love white and I might end up changing that later, I think I'm going to get in the most famous orange color. Historic orange, yeah, it even has a proper name for that color. Alright, so let me double check, but I don't think there are any other cars that I can afford right now. Yeah. So yeah, I bought pretty much every car that they added except for the XJ13 and the Ferrari P4. These ones I think I'm not going to be able to afford anytime soon anyway. So unless I'm lucky enough to get in one of the daily workout prizes, I don't think I'm going to be able to buy them anytime soon. Let's see how lucky I am over the next few days. I might be able to get them for free after all. But anyways, that was a really quick look at the car pricing in this new update 1.11. But anyways, guys, that's been it. I'm gonna be checking out the other content that they added in this update in separate videos, as I said at the beginning of this one. So if you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more GT Sport content, share the video with your friends and on your social media, helps me out a lot and I really appreciate the help. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, the links are in the description down below or at the beginning of this video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.